How about that bipartisanship? Do you suppose Barack Obama learned anything today? You think? Oh, God. Not a single filthy Republican from any district that Republicans still represent voted in support of the stimulus package. So I have an idea. The the people in those districts represented by these Republican scum get nothing. Absolutely nothing. Apparently, the voters in these districts, and there were 10 Democrats too. The voters in these districts obviously instructed their elected representative to vote no. We don't want the stimulus. We don't want infrastructure. We don't want money. We don't want funding for schools. We don't want funding for bridges and roads and rail beds. We don't want to make sure that the dams are not going to break. We don't want any of it. We want some tax cuts. Now, obviously, most of the people who live in the districts of these 188 Republicans and 11 Democrats, I said 10, actually 11, obviously, and I say obviously, let me rephrase it. Statistically, these are people who make less than $45,000 a year when they're working. But they instructed their Republican representatives to vote no. I assume they instructed their Republican representatives to vote no. I doubt seriously if any of the 188 Republicans who voted no was swamped with requests via telephone and email to vote in favor of it. Otherwise, that representative would have done so, right? Isn't that what the word representative means? So, let's start from let's stipulate that the 188 districts, 199 when you count the Democrats, the 199 districts out of 235 who said, we do not want any of this stimulus, then they should be just deny them the stimulus. Okay, fine. Okay, everything's cool. You all sit there and rot. And when your heat's turned off, when your house is repossessed, when your car stops working and you can't afford a mechanic, when the roads in your neighborhood crumble, when the power lines come down because of the ice storm and there's no money for the city to have it fixed or the electric company to have nothing. Sit there, you dumbasses, and eat it up. Can you believe this? Now, I wonder if Barack Obama got it today. Any effort to talk with Republicans is a waste of time. It's worse than a waste of time because these sniveling bastards will demand that their picture be taken with the president, right? That's what I've heard from Politico and a couple other places. That's what they did. When Barack Obama went to meet with these sniveling bastards, hey, can I get my picture took with you there? You're the first black president. Can I get my picture took? They fall all over that part of it. But once Barack Obama left, after the conversation, after talking with these sniveling bastards, and he left to go back to the real seat of power in this country, thanks to George Bush, the sniveling Weasley Democrats all gathered in little groups. Oh, what you think? No, I ain't voting for it. No, yeah, hell no, no. Did you get your picture taken with the Negro president? Yeah, I did. Jesus God. Okay. So I think it's very simple. Very simple. No money for the districts. And it should be studiously avoided. If there is an interstate highway that needs repair that goes through one of these districts, leave that part of the interstate highway unrepaired. Put signs, since it's an interstate highway, on the edge of the district that says, attention motorists, you are entering a district that did not want their roads or bridges or anything repaired. So we suggested you detour. It's about 8 miles to the east, and you'll come into a district that did want the repairs, and the detour map will be there at the first roadside stop. That's how it should work, shouldn't it? No? Sure it should. The Republicans expressed concern about the large amount of spending in the bill, and they said the tax cuts didn't go far enough. Tax cuts for whom? For their their constituents who make an average of $45,000 a year, who don't have any income left to tax cut. 8 years of this orgy of Republican spending for wars, for something called the Department of Homeland Security, to build fences that don't work along the southern border. This insanity, and all of a sudden the Republican leadership under this drunk John Boehner, we just don't think that the spending is way out of control. Are you goddamn kidding me? Are you kidding me? After looting the Treasury, stealing the country blind, and now they want their constituents to think they're fiscally conservative? What was it that Cheney said a long time? Was it Cheney? Reagan proved deficits don't matter. Really? Reagan proved that? The God Reagan? Saint Reagan? God's son-in-law? Reagan? Really? He said that? See, if I were the president right now, with all the dictatorial power that rests in the Oval Office thanks to Bush and Cheney, when I signed the bill, the spending bill, I would put a signing statement with it. I would look up all the districts of the 188 Republicans and the 11 Democrats who voted against this effort to bring this country back from the brink of a financial collapse. Not that the Barack Obama plan is necessarily going to work. It's a beginning. It's going to take a lot more than this. This is just a beginning. It wouldn't be $819 billion if they were serious about the money going to work. It would be $2 trillion. Let's start there. So if I were the president under the current system of power sharing that the Bush-Cheney crime family put into effect, I would. And when I sign the bill, because it will pass, it'll pass the Senate, I would sign the bill, and I put a signing statement on there and said, by the way, the districts whose representative voted no, no soup for you. No soup for you! Get out of my store! No soup for you! The Republicans expressed concern about the large amount of spending in the bill. And Boehner, the drunk, the House Minority Leader from Ohio, a state that is about to just disappear under an oil slick where there used to be industry, Boehner says, well, the underlying bill has a lot of wasteful provisions and slow-moving spending in it, so we're going to vote no. And besides, Rush Limbaugh told us to vote no, and God damn it, I have a lot of people back in my home district that listens to Rush Limbaugh, so, I'm voting no. It's astonishing. I think it's wonderful that Limbaugh, Jay writes, in Happy Days Are Here Again, Rush Limbaugh is the leader of the Republican Party in nowhere but down. From here, baby, all good Republicans should not unite around their new leader, ASAP. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to get a bumper sticker made that says Limbaugh Palin 12. So I would hope that the new president of the United States, who's getting a real hosing from this cheesy-ass, disgusting media, I would hope that President Obama understands the way you govern in America in the year of our Lord 2009 is to give the middle finger to the Republican Party, turn your back on them, don't ever talk to them, work with your Democratic caucus, and get things done.